Hi guys, welcome back to the 5th match between mtwDimaga and WhiteRA, aka DuckloadRA. We are in the Showmatch series brought to you by sc2vision.eu. There are 100 bucks on the line. Dimaga has 3 points and WhiteRA has only 1 point. This is a best of 7 series, so with a win, Dimaga could take the series and the 100 bucks, while WhiteRA needs to win 3 games in a row to win the Showmatch series. We are on Shakura's plateau, and yeah, both players spawning close air positioned. In close air position. And yeah, the Overlord takes millions of seconds to scout his opponent, so he is taking or dragging off one drone to scout naturally the cross position in the first place. Yeah, the last map was a little bit weird, to talk about that. I wonder why Dimaga wasn't able to hold this off. Probably the banelings were the big mistake. A mix of Zerglings and Roaches would have killed off the pressure by WhiteRA, in my opinion. But hey, whatsoever, I'm very glad that Dimaga lost this map, so we can see at least one more map by WhiteRA. So he scouted this place here, and is moving to the bottom, where WhiteRA is throwing down an assimilator at the moment. He gets an additional gateway, and Dimaga is now at 16 supply. Still no building in production, but this drone is throwing down a hatchery. So this is the Mad Frog style, throwing down an in-base hatchery first. Next thing he builds is... okay, a spawning pool. So a third hatchery would be very weird. Still no cybernetic core and no zealot, but a safety pylon at the backdoor entrance. So on Shakura's plateau, you of course do have these backdoor entrance guarded by 2 destructible rocks. You need to be very careful about that, because roaches are so strong on this map. When you are like expanding, fast expanding, delayed expanding, 3-gate expanding as a Protoss, and your opponent is close air positions, you could have a lot of trouble guarding your backdoor, because yeah, some roaches at the backdoor are very mean. Especially in Protoss vs Terran, of course Zerg vs Terran, it's very strong when the Terran takes his expansion very fast to do some pressure at the front and the back door with some roaches. Nearly impossible to hold off, in my opinion. Very hard. So, the drone is running around in the main base of DuckloadRA. The Zealot is very angry, I guess. He didn't hit this drone, at least. The first Stalker is coming out, so smartly pulling back this drone to save it, get more economy. Dimaga's a little bit high on minerals. Ah, okay, he wants to expand, but this probe is guarding the place there and throwing down this pylon. I'm not sure. I think he could have won that fight, but drones do have an attack speed of 1.5. okay, they're both same attack speed. Feels like the drone was a little bit stronger there. Whatever. The Stalker tries to harass his opponent. He saw that there is no extractor again, so he wants to take some Zerglings. Fine is going down. Only killed 1 Zergling so far. 2 Zerglings. Come on. 1 more Zergling. Ah no, he's pulling back. And we see smartly placed 1 Overlord to maybe sacrifice it and get some scouting information. There is a Forge, there is an expansion, so this is a 1-gate expand by DuckloadRA. Okay, this is very fast. There is a Roach Warren going down for mtwDimaga. He takes his hatchery, or he's morphing his hatchery to a lair, gets an additional extractor, while this hatchery isn't finished so far. Some force fields to prevent the Zerglings from running by. It's only metabolic, of course, metabolic boost already finished. This Roach Warren is ready, and he will get Roach speed, I'm absolutely sure. Well, I saw this match before. So Dimaga has the option to get roaches and attack his opponent. As you can see, both players are at around 40 supply, 30 harvesters. Seems to be pretty even. This forge is ready. We can throw down a photon cannon at the front door, maybe at the back door as well. Get an additional assimilator, and still no additional production units except these 3 gateways. Little Maynard slide to use the natural expansion. There is the roach speed going down. Let's have a look at the production tab. 2 more overlords. There is a 1-0 upgrade, very important for Protoss players to get 2-0 as fast as possible. Attack upgrades are the bread and butter upgrade for Protoss. Still only 2 warp gates. Get in more and more probes, but in the first place being supply stuck. WhiteRA. This should not ever happen. And there is an additional hatchery going down, because Dimaga knows, okay, my opponent has 2 bases and he needs to probe up. And I think I am safe to get another expansion right now. Let's have a look at the drone count. 39 against 37. So Dimaga has a lot of trouble there, getting ahead in the macro right now. DuckloadRA tries to move out, get some more Zerglings. This is of course very, very dangerous. When Dimaga could have built, or when Dimaga built some more Zerglings, he could easily kill off these stalkers. But this is not the case. There's some roaches now. And the worker count is still pretty even. There is tunneling class and burrow, so we will see tons of burrowed roaches. And yeah, we see the 2-0 upgrade and blink for DuckloadRA. So I think blink stalkers are the natural counter against roaches. Even when they can burrow and burrow move, it's nice to focus down these roaches. So it's a little bit micro intense, but you are cool without observers against only roaches. But still, observer would be a nice thing to have. 2 additional gateways, so we will be at 6 gateways for the Protoss player, WhiteRA. Here 2 evolution chambers to get upgrades for these roaches. There's a little Maynard slide going on and a little creep spread. Let's have a look at the supply tab. Still pretty even. Worker count is slightly higher for Dimaga. This should be the case to have an even income. And he's scouting the possible expansion spots with this Zergling, which is on patrol. There's a big push by WhiteRA, throwing down a pylon to get reinforcements right at the front where the action is going on. 93 supply, but no observer so far, no robotics bay. So the roaches burrowed already, but I think against all these stalkers, these roaches do not have a big chance. He wants to kill off all these sentries. But he will lose so many roaches. See how these stalkers melt these roaches. Roaches do burrow, want to move back. And oh my god, WhiteRA is killing off so many roaches. He will kill off this hatchery. I think this is a clear strategy win by WhiteRA. Dimaga wanted to play a little bit different, but there's no chance to win this fight. So Dimaga is down to 84 supply, 80 supply now, and 96 for WhiteRA, who has so many stalkers, killing off again so many roaches. He will kill his in-base hatchery pretty fast. Upgrades will be finished soon, but Dimaga has no army anymore. He's suiciding 1 queen. And we see still only 2 bases. No robotics facility so far for WhiteRA. He's morphing in more stalkers and stalkers. Whoa, this is a rape. I think Dimaga already lost this game. He will lose his main base for sure. There are only these roaches to prevent WhiteRA from getting the whole game, so... Uh-oh. He's burrowing. Look at the high regeneration of these roaches when they are burrowed. Especially when they got the tunneling claw upgrade. And he probably can kill off these stalkers. But still... Oh, they can blink away. These stalkers doing a little dance with these roaches. Maybe Dimaga is able to kill off all these stalkers right now. Look at that fight. But I think... Oh, it's close, it's close. No, WhiteRA pulls back smartly. Otherwise he would have lost all these stalkers there. But here's still the reinforcements. Again, so many stalkers. And here are 2 stalkers killing off the hatchery at the upper hand. So, I think this is it. Dimaga calls GG, yep. And this is the second point for WhiteRA, who is coming back in the Showmatch series.